Good evening, everybody. My name is JL Pellerin, and I'm from the East Coast of Canada and Southeastern New Brunswick. Good evening and welcome to our meeting here tonight. I'm about to introduce Mr. Wayne McNamara. And for those of you who don't know Wayne, Wayne is originally from Cape Breton, moved to Ontario with his wife, Raylene, probably at the age of 17 or 18. And then ended up as a welder in the automotive industry, working for GM, making top dollar. And at that point there, a few years into that opportunity, he came across another opportunity, which is the career, which turned into basically his career, which is the community building aspect of this opportunity. And tonight, you're going to see here tonight, he's going to have loads of enthusiasm, also loads of information. So if you're seeing this for the first time tonight, feel free to pick up a piece of paper and a pen and take some great notes, is he's not only a true leader in this industry, but here top earner in Canada, and as well as this company, probably a top 10 earner easily in this company worldwide. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome one of my best friends, Mr. Wayne McNamara.
All righty, JL, thanks for the intro, brother. Hopefully you guys can hear me. It's good. If I have an issue, you can jump back on, JL, and take over, bud. For some reason, you look a lot tanner than I am. It looks pretty good on you, buddy. It's all good. I got the sunshine here. So great to see everybody. This is going to be an awesome night. I'm excited to share with you guys the whole program we got our hands on, why we're introducing it, the timing of everything, where the economy's at right now, and where people are looking to either save money or make more money. It's absolutely perfect. So as I go through this presentation, I appreciate JL's intro. I'm from a small town, East Coast Canada, and I graduated high school. Barely, I tell people, and it wasn't because I didn't focus enough. Looking back at my life right now, I know things I could have made different. But when I get out in the real world, I focused on different things and I started to achieve success. And it's so true that whatever you work into, put effort into it, it usually has a result around it. I just didn't pay attention in school, and that was the problem. Okay, so not against school, not against any of that stuff. What I'm saying tonight is this, is that your education doesn't stop when your school stops. And that's what I want to talk to you about tonight, is continuous education and learning how to get ahead financially in this economy. So I want to share my screen as I go through this. Remember, I was a welder, I was a factory worker, I made good money. I actually liked my job. I wasn't a person that was disgruntled employee, didn't go around complaining. I showed up on time. I left a little bit late, made sure my job was done good. I liked what I did. Had a lot of great friends working with me. We had a good time with me. My wife was working at a factory. So between the two of us, we were 19, 20 years old. We were making really good money. And then all of a sudden, things happen. You have that rose-colored glasses get shattered. Well, what happened to myself was my wife got hurt really bad at her job, and she lost her income, which was $2,000 or $2,500 a month. And when that happened, folks, I got nervous. I didn't know what to do because I was making the most money I could possibly make as a grade 12 graduate. I was making almost $40 an hour, gang, and that's back in 1997, 98. That's good money today in 2022. So when I think about it, man, I was nervous. I had a mortgage payment, a car payment, school payment, motorcycle payment, truck payment. I was making payments on everything. And when we were both working, things were getting covered. When we lost an income, things got nervous and I didn't know what to do. That's when the internet and community building and passive income versus active income. I was already selling as much time as I possibly could. I couldn't sell no more time, if that makes sense. I was working 50 or 60 hours a week. Now, technically, I could work way more, but I was exhausted as it is. So I said, I got to work smarter and figure out how to make money while I'm actually not working. Where's that concept at? And that's what I want to introduce to you guys tonight. This is not get rich quick. This is not any of those programs where you get started and don't do nothing to make a whole bunch of money. That's not what this is, gang. I'm going to show you a legit, legal, moral, ethical, honest way to earn a living by helping other people save money. That's our concept. So as I share my screen with you guys, hopefully, JL, you can pop on here again just to make sure that everything's good, a screen share. So I just want to keep it up. You guys can see the screen. And if you can see me, give me a thumbs up if we're good, or just say, yeah, we're good.
All good, Wayne.
Perfect. All right. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it. Okay. So as we go through this, the life you've always wanted, here's our business model. Here's the slogan. Here's what we want to talk about, is because a lot of people in today's economy aren't living the life they always wanted. They're living a life that whatever's left over at the end of the month, lets them live. That's kind of where people are at today. And I remember not too long ago, it used to be one income took care of a whole family of 4 or 5. And then it was 2 income, 4 or 5. Now today, husband, wife, plus something on the side is happening, and we're crunching everywhere we possibly can to save money. And so that's why this is where we're at today. And the concept of the Life platform, its perks and its profits are why we're exploding all over North America, is because people are not just looking anymore for the handout. We just had handouts. And I'm not saying I'm not against all the handouts. People needed money in certain times. I'm for that. I give people certain money. I donate money here. I help certain people. I'm not against that. But we constantly, that's the only answer to fix a problem, then we're not helping people understand the problem that we're in. We're just putting a Band-Aid on it. And the problem that we're in is inflation costing us our disposable income. So as we go through here, here's what I want to show you. I want to show you a program that if you watch this quickly, we call this the People's Platform. It's based off of the platform business model. And what's that? Well, if you guys understand the Facebook, the TikToks, the YouTubes, there's a whole bunch of platforms out there, but I'm going to try to explain this to you in a simple way. I'll use Facebook as an example because it's the one that I started with early on. And it's the one that I kind of go to the most today. And I'm not pro Facebook, anti Facebook. I don't have stock in Facebook. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is technology can be used for good or bad. It depends on the user using it. And so these platform models get started. Here's how they make money. There's 3 ways we can make money. They first have to get people on their platform. How they do that is offer a free platform. Facebook's free. Log in, sign up, redefine print, boom, it's free. Now, is it free? I'll talk about that in a second. But the concept says get on the platform. Once they have people on it, then they got to figure out how to make money. There's 3 ways to make money. They can actually sell our data, use our data behind the scenes. They can sell advertisement to get on there, or they can sell a product to make money. That's how these platforms do it today. But the biggest revenue to them is when the more time we're on the screen on that Facebook app, if you will, the more dollars they bill out in advertisement, because the more log on time, that's what they generate revenue from. It's how many people are seeing their ads, how many seconds, how many minutes, how many hours per day. So that's how they make money. We, on the other side, get what you see on that slide. It's called the perks. So as a user of the platform of Facebook, I get a perk to send messages to my mom, my dad, my cousins, my uncles. I send fishing pictures of my son, and we're on a traveling vacation. It's all fun and dandy. We can poke and share and comment, and I love it. It's called a dopamine hit. It makes us feel good. Facebook knows exactly how to work this magic. Are you with me? You see that little icon that has the little F on it, it's blue, and you got 31 up in the right-hand corner messages on your Facebook account. When you see that on your app, on your profile, what do? Put your phone down? Absolutely not, man. You're jumping on there and checking out. Why? Because that's the dopamine hit. It's the feel good, the love drug, right? So we get on there, we do that. I'm not against that. Like I said, the question we asked a couple of years ago that put all this in motion, that changed our life forever, was where does the money all go? Who's making money? And who are those guys making money from this? Because there's a lot of people spending a lot of time on it. This platform went from 4 people 17 years ago to 2.2 billion people today. That is a lot of cake, folks. Are you with me? A lot of cake. So if you think about it, the owners get it. Again, I'm a free enterpriser. I'm pro-business. The owners should get it. I'm not against that. But this is by studying these platforms, we said, man, what if we could create a business model out of human nature where the owners that own the business are the only ones that get paid? What if they actually share the profits every month? All the profits come in. What if they can share it with people that actually share the platform? Gang, I have 5,000 people on my Facebook account right now. How much money do you think Facebook paid me over the past couple of years for that? How many checks came in that said Facebook? How many? 0. I got $0. But let me ask you, do you think somebody made money off of those 5,000 people? So the concept is that we like the platform industry for how it reaches people and the scope of it, but we kind of flipped it a bit. We call it the people's platform. And this platform gives people perks, but it's not perks just in feel-good perks or a good comment or two, which you'll get here. People are really nice in this industry, not against that. But here's our perks, folks. They're actual, tangible cash back in your pocket every single time you purchase. How does this happen? I'll explain to you. But before I get in that, let's ask a question here. For you guys that are on here tonight, if you guys are watching this for the first time tonight, let me ask you, this is the Canadian version. The US version has way more stores on it, way more people. It's probably 4 to 5 times more than what we have in Canada, but that's okay. Your economy is 8 to 10 times bigger, so that's cool. But let me ask you this question. In the last 30 days, if you're watching this for the first time, put your hand up or just check mark yourself. You know what? Yep. Ask yourself if you shop at any of these 30 days. Home Depot, The Gap, Swiss Chalet, Subway, Walmart, Amazon, Krispy Kremes, Dunkin' Donuts, Tim Hortons, Kelsey's, Petro-Canada, Chevron, Texaco, Kroger's, Sobeys, Cineplex, Esso, Bass Pro, Cabela's. Now, again, I can go through a whole bunch. I just threw a couple on here so you guys can see. Starbucks. But if you have shopped there and in the last 30 days, would you agree, whether you've seen this presentation tonight or not, you're still going to shop there again the next 30 days. These are stores that we call you're spending anyhow money. It's income you're spending to either bring groceries or gas or something into your family right now. Agreed? Well, what if our perk every 30 days was we can save you anywhere from 1 to 10% in Canada or 1 to 15% in the US on everyday purchases that you make? Would you guys agree? That would be great. That's exactly it. That's why we're sharing this with everybody, because during the inflationary times, there's only 2 ways to affect your income, okay? You can get a $5,000 a year raise January 1st of 2022, and if you got that $5,000 a year raise, by the time you pay 30% in taxes and the rest of it, guess what happens? The rest of it's getting eaten up in your gas prices, your meat prices, your food costs, everything else is going through the roof, guys. So here we are in July or starting August right now, next couple of days, and you have less disposable income this August than you did last August, and you got a $5,000 a year raise. Gangs, there's 2 ways. You need to figure out how to spend less money and at the same time make more. But how do you do that and wrap it around what we're already doing? Because change, people fear it and hate change in any manner. We don't like it. So we try to wrap a business model around what you're already going to do. I don't have to convince you to shop at these stores. You're going there anyway, agreed? So that's what we do. So as a customer of our program, we pay people 1 to 15% in the US or 1 to 10% in Canada cash back instantly. And how we do it is awesome. All we do is we just take that advertisement cost that most companies are out there, and we take that and pay you guys that cost. We give you that in the form of cash back instantly every time you shop at these stores. Now, how do we do it? We took a bite out of their own game. And here's what I mean. Now, if you work at a bank, I'm not against any banks. I deal with multiple banks. If I opened up my wallet right now, you'll see a couple of credit unions, 4 major banks I deal with. All that stuff's did good. You with me? Not against that. It's the system that creates this. And here's what I want to talk about. A few years ago, and if we think back, it might be 40, maybe 45 years, maybe things are, it's crazy when I think about it. Like, man, 9/11 was like 21 years ago. That's crazy in my head how fast time goes. But let's say 30, 40 years ago. Remember a time when we used cash for everything? There was a time when cash was used for everything. And that concept worked very well. But here's what happened. We heard this messaging, fear, fear, fear. And here's was the message. Hey, Wayne, if you have a lot of cash in your wallet, maybe you might lose it somewhere and you'll be out that cash. Or you might get robbed and you might lose that. So why don't you just get this little plastic card? We'll call it a debit card. And here's where it started, where the banking system figured out how to make money off of our everyday purchases every day, our own money. And they said, let's give them a debit card. We'll hold their money in the bank. They won't have to have the cash, but every time they use the card, we'll give them a transaction fee. It started off 10 cents, 25 cents, 50 cents, $1, then sending checks over here and sending over here, all started to cost money for us. And then we were paying like a $30 a month to have unlimited stuff. And then it was like they made billions off of that. And then they went to something called the credit card. Remember a time when the credit card was like you didn't even touch it with your hands because it was just a no-no, right? Now today, they convinced us that if we offer you 3% at the end of the year for your cash back, 3% credit card, hey, use this credit card. Don't use the debit card. You get 3% at the end of the year. But the problem is over half the people that have credit cards today don't pay them off every month. There's a big issue. When that happens, so, okay, they're offering us 3%. And if we just miss 1 month payment, we're paying anywhere from 20 to 28% interest on that 1 month. We just lost everything that they promised us because they know the game we're in. They bank on us not paying that off every month. Agreed? And the second thing is with our program, we went from cash to debit card to credit card in society. All we're saying is let's create a program that we can have our cell phone. All those stores I just listed are on a platform on my phone. Have you ever seen anybody pay with their phone before anywhere? Same concept. We didn't even create the technology. Someone else did. We just created the patents on how we all do this together. And here's the thing. As you understand cash to debit to credit, all we did was let's just do an ACH program or email yourself. If you ever paid a bill online and you e-transferred money or ACH people money, we have an electronic wallet inside of our platform and we just send ourselves money. And then the money shows up on our phone and we use that to pay at all these stores that show up on the phone. It is super easy. And the concept then is all the stores love it because they're not getting dinged the 2 and 3 and 4% from Visa and MasterCard every month. So they're like, yes, we'll sign up for you. That's why we have hundreds of, we just added Boston Pizza and I forget all the stores at Foodland and I don't even know all of them, but every single couple of weeks we're adding more stores because they don't want to be dinged with the credit card. And you know what, at the end of the day, I don't want to have something happen in my life where my roof goes, my furnace goes. I remember using the credit card constantly for stuff because I didn't have access to cash. And that's one benefit of this e-wallet. Whatever you put on is what you spend. The industry that I'm talking about, the banking cartel industry, they're banking on you using money you don't have, and it costs us at the end. Would you guys agree? So that's where we can create this program. Last year, the banks ran $75 billion, $75 billion off of transaction fees with credit card. Not late fees, not interest fees that you missed, not cash withdrawals, just using the card, they bill the merchant. 75 billion. Man, if we can take 1 billion from those guys and share it with community members, it is staggering. So a customer from our program I'm showing you tonight, just to be a customer, it's a one-time payment per year. It's like $78 Canadian or $60 US, and you have access to all the stores and all the savings in this inflationary economy. That is a win. So in other words, if you, let's say if Nathan, you're on here or Pat or Bob or someone's on here, JL, if you offered me 60 bucks and I gave you back 400, would you guys agree that's a good deal? That's our customer program. You can't lose with it. Just use it and get the savings. I love it. But then we said, you know what? If we're going to do that and give people savings, well, friends do what friends do. I'm going to share this with as many people as I want because I want people to get the same benefits I'm getting. And that's where we flipped the industry and said, you know what? Let's reward people that actually want to share the platform. Let's pay them a monthly paycheck to do it. And that created a game changer for us. So what happened now is that as a member, so a customer, you pay a one-time fee per year. A member, you pay about 250 bucks in Canada or about 200 bucks in the US, and you're in as a member. You get some stuff for that. It's not all, and the awesome thing about it is when you get started, you get a business number. As a customer, you don't need a business number. A member, you get a business number. That number tracks all the volume that you do, so you get a paycheck every month. The more volume you do from all purchases that people make, that you bring into this, so any customer or any member that you ever bring into this team, every time they purchase something, you're going to get a 2 or 4% residual or 1.6 or 3.2 in Canada residual off of every purchase into our monetary system called PV. PV is point value. Everything's tracked through our computer system and we pay you at the end of the month. It is so, it's like you have a massive store. But somebody asked me the other day, hey, what do you sell online? I'm like, everything Lowe's sells, everything Home Depot sells, everything Amazon sells, everything Walmart sells, except I give it to you for cheaper. They're like, sign me up. I'm like, this is exactly what we're doing. This is a no-brainer for people, right? Where the no-brainer comes in is, would you want to be just a customer or would you like to be a member and get paid? Because the member gets all the customer perks, all the percentage off, plus they get the tax incentives for owning a business. Now you get to write off some stuff that you previously probably didn't if you've never owned a business, and you get a paycheck monthly based on the volume that you do. The more volume you do, the bigger your paycheck. If you do a little bit of volume, the small bit paycheck you get. But it still pays you for sharing the program, which is awesome. Now remember, let me ask you this question. The People's Platform you just seen. Yes, we offer people perks in the form of cash back. Just like if you jumped in your car right now and drove down the road, you can't go a mile or two without seeing some store that's offering you some sort of a perk program to get you back. Here in Canada, they have Canadian Tire and Shoppers Drug Mart, these points programs where you gain points or you get dollars to their store. They get you to come back to spend their dollars because they know you'll spend more money. Again, the Infinity programs, they've been going on for years. And I'm not even against them. But let me ask you this question. When was the last time you've seen any company that exists on the planet today that offers you the perks of their store, plus every 30 days, all the profits that are brought into their company, they share the profits with the people that actually spread the good news about the company? Where's that happening at? Are you with me? That's why we're excited about this, because we're the only one that does that. And there's a tale of two communities that we focus on. Here's where most of us are at today. When I seen this, here was I. The platform people are making money. The Zuckerbergs, you guys know these guys that own these companies. They're worth billions of dollars. They're making money. The credit card companies are making money. I just showed you just last year alone, they made $75 billion off of our spending. You with me? Crazy. And then the third is the people. We pay for it. That's the key. That's the credit community right now. We're a part of that. Or we can join what's called the cash community. What's the difference? The people profit. We make money. I would rather the people that I start up my business and the people that I start and all the people that you just seen everywhere, I'd rather they get the 3% in your local communities than Visa or MasterCard get the 3%, because the store's paying somebody that percentage. Are you guys with me? They're giving it away now anyway. Might as well come to us. So the people profit. Freedom, financial freedom's available for anybody. Dang, I barely got a grade 12 education. Scholastically, I should not be earning the income. There's not a person that I've ever went to school with in my life, ever, that would tell you they would have predicted where I'd be at in my life today. Not one teacher, not one friend I've ever had, because I didn't excel in anything. This doesn't take a skill or a good person, or they got to be this, or they got to be that. You got to be married. You got to have kids. You got to be this. You can do this anywhere you want, because it's anyhow money. And people say, well, who are the people I'm looking for? Anybody you know that shops at Amazon and Walmart and wants a deal. Like, hello, it's crazy, right? So financial freedom's available. I've been free now for so many years from no job. I don't even remember it's been so long since I had to wake up to an alarm clock, because I learned how to build communities on the internet. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something. We in North America here, we don't have a money problem. There's so much money printed and available in North America. Money's not the problem. It's our priority problem and how we can get the money. Lots of ideas, very few acted upon. I'm showing you an idea that you don't got to reinvent the wheel. You just got to get started like I did and collect the income that's available out there for you, because it's available. You go online today, there's 10-year-olds and 11-year-olds making $1, $2, and $10 million a year on YouTube, man. Like, it's crazy. I just read an article of some girl that makes a post playing a video game. She makes $150,000 per video she produces. Some of these videos are only 10 minutes long. You guys with me? So it's not a money problem. It's what are we doing with our time problem? And if we can figure out how to make the same money we're making now or more by putting in less time, dang, I do this for a couple hours a week. That's it. You can show this video to somebody a couple hours a week and start making some income. It's not about the time you put in. It's about what you put into the time. So financial freedom's available. Ordinary people can become extraordinary. You can be free. I'm traveling down on the east coast of Canada. I left, I don't know, 6 or 7 days ago. Me and my son, we stopped in Quebec and we stopped in New Brunswick, and just, man, we found some of the best fishing holes you can find down here. We got 2 rods in the back of the SUV. We're just having a blast, man. 3 or 4 different hotels, a couple of friends' houses, do a couple of meetings to make sure I write everything off. I'm at Bass Pro and Cabela's. I'm buying stuff. I got to completely write off the whole gig, right? So it's spectacular. That's how I live my life. And it shouldn't be just for me. Anybody that wants to do this can do it. That's what I love about it. Earn on every time you use this program, this platform. Every time you use the platform to shop, you're going to earn money. Instant cash back. You don't got to wait 30 days like a Rakuten or those other. It's instant. You spend $100, boom, you get $4 or $5, $6, $10, whatever the percentage off is. You get right back in your e-wallet the second you purchase. The cash back comes back. I love that about what we do. So earn income on every purchase. Learn how to build the bigger communities. How do you build? Easy. Communicate with people. Listen to what they're telling you. Talk to some people. They're already doing it anyway. They just got to know. They probably don't even know we exist. That's why, because we pay us to get that. That's it. Word of mouth. In return, to learn how to build bigger. It's so easy. So here's my last couple of slides. I'll tell you guys. Very simple, okay? Building teams. it's the concept is easy. Here's what we do. We have active income versus passive income. Here's an active income that we pay people every month. You bring 5 members into this, 5 business owners want to get started with you in this company in any given month, and we'll pay $480 Canadian, or about 390 US every month. That's, I had someone, just got a friend of mine just do a couple days ago, just help some, boom. You can do this. This is not hard to do. You just got to communicate and talk to some people. And once they see that they're already doing it, it's not one of those, oh, this is one of those MLMs where I got to buy a whole bunch of product and try to stock in my basement and sell it to my friends. No. Oh, is this one of those programs where I got to, sit, the guy at the top makes all the money and the person, no, you track all the volume through your business number. If you have more customers and you have more members than the guy that started you up last month, you'll make more money this month. It's paid for performance, not for position gain. I love that. I come from a factory. I worked at General Motors that was exactly opposite of that. The most senior guys on the floor never worked. They read newspapers. The newest guys coming in welded car frames, and we wonder why the plant's not around anymore. Are you with me? Listen, there's good and bad with that, but I'm going to tell you something. In this company, it's not. The girl that started me in this business, her name is Karen. She started 6 months before myself and my wife. She invited us into it. We got started. It took us about 6 months to make her about $2,000 she was making, and then we passed her for income. And it doesn't mean we're better than her. Just we showed more people. Our business number tracked more volume through it, so we got paid more. Isn't that how it should be? It shouldn't be one of those Ponzi schemes. You get started, and this guy, and this guy, and this guy. That's not how this works, gang. We're run by the Federal Trade Commission, Direct Sellers Association. We have all the rules. We're legal, moral, ethical. We have a great report with the Better Business Bureau. We're on track to do crazy things. Someone said to me the other day, wow, it's one of those pyramid things. I'm like, think about this. Just Cabela's, Bass Pro, Walmart, Amazon, and let's just throw another one in there. I don't even know. Just say Kroger's. Do you think any of those stores have lawyers? Lawyers that would look and make sure that they're getting in business with something. We're like if they knew that we'd be done already, gang. None of those stores are going to get started with something like that. You know why? They want to make sure that we're legit. They already did their homework. They're all on board. There's way more stores coming on board. You know why? Because we're paid per performance, not position. I love that about what we do. Bring 5 people in, you're going to make about $480 Canadian or $390 US, which is awesome. It's a one time, but you can do that every month. You can make that bonus every month, okay? Now, we have something a little unique. It's called team approach. I love this team approach thing about what we do because in the industry in the past, it was always, well, you get someone started, and you get 5 or 6 guys started, and you got to help them, and the only guy making money is the guy in the middle. The problem with that is that if you don't help this guy see progress in income, what happens to this guy? He usually quits. Oh, and this guy don't see progress in income, what happens? He quits. He said, well, why? Well, you've got a 40-hour week job on average. Most people don't have a ton of time to spend helping a whole bunch of different people. So we said, what if we just knock this at the park? And what if we take 4 or 5 people and put them all on one team? So that way the volume flows through everybody. And we'll call this team approach, where it's not the individual that matters. It's everybody working as a team. 1% effort out of 100 people is still 100% when it's added up. And you work together. No one gets burnout. Everyone's having fun, enjoying themselves. We're all doing a little bit each. And that volume flows through and everybody gets compensated versus the one guy. Big difference. Would you guys agree? So that's team approach. So if you're new here tonight, expect to have people added to your team that you don't know. You might not even meet them. I'm here in New Brunswick right now. I was in Nova Scotia last. I was in Quebec and Ontario. I'm down in the US. We're all over the place. Why? Because the internet goes everywhere, folks. And no matter what happens in our economy, even if we get shut down again, which I hope never happens again, people still got to eat. So we got the Instacarts and the DoorDashes. We got all these places on board with us. We know exactly where people are at right now. They're financially pinched. We're trying to relieve that by helping them save money and helping them make an income on the side. That's what this is. And so if you understand that, here's the passive income. Put 4 people on one team, 2 people on the second team. Will pay you $490 a month on average Canadian, or about, let's just say that's about $400 US every month. Passive income. Again, it's not rich, can't leave your job. No, none of that. It's, gang, remember, we're just starting to get you rolling. Couple of people. Now think in the top of your head, can everybody on this right now, would you guys all agree if you're watching this? You can think of 6 people chopping Amazon and Walmart. Why not offer to them for cheaper? Let's get them started. Let's help them make some money. That's how this concept works. And as you do that, what happens, it doesn't stop at 4 and 2. what you have happen is 4 people talk to people. It's why I got 5,000 people on my Facebook account. You think Mark Zuckerberg invited all 5,000 to my bit? Yeah, not at all. Do you think I know all 5,000? Not at all. It's the concept of friends do what friends do. The result that I have today is because I have a great idea. I wasn't afraid to share it with other people, help them save money. And once they got a testimony and a good result with it, boom, they start sharing with other people. That's the concept we have our hands on, gang. It's win-win or no deal. So you put together here a team, 20 people on one team, 10 people on a second team. That'll pay you about $2,600 Canadian or $2,000 US. Now that, would you guys agree? There's where you start to get some significant income. And where does that come from? It's purchases of all these people, Amazon, Walmart's, online, this store, that store, all added up, subscriptions to our program. All of it adds up. And at the end of the day, you get about 30 people in a team together. That pays you about $2,000 US a month or 2,600 Canadian. And again, someone, all right, what's it cost you monthly for that? How much you got to buy every month? Yeah, it's about $60 US a month to run your business. And it's $69 Canadian monthly as a member. A customer, $78 one time a year or $60 US one time a year, and you got the cash back. The member gets all the perks, all the paychecks, all the tax incentives. Man, just my internet and my cell phone alone was more than $60 a month I get the write-off, let alone everything else I get on this platform for that $60, gang. It's so incredible. Learn more about it. I promise you that what you took a look at tonight can significantly change your life if you get started. But I was telling someone the other day, it's like my son was learning how to ride a bike, or my daughter, like, you can't just watch someone else. You eventually got to jump on the bike and you got to start pedaling. You might fall, you might scrape. That's how this is. You can't steer a parked car. We have a 30-day money back guarantee policy in our business. So if you're a customer, we have 30 days or you get your money back. As a member, that $250 Canadian or $200 American, we have a 30-day money back. Gang, we know what you don't know. And if you're looking at this for the first time, or maybe you tried something, oh, my wife did that, or my husband did something like that, or I'm nervous because I've seen something. If you've never worked personally with this platform and you don't know my friend Oren or Chris personally, then I'm telling you right now, this is a game changer in this industry. It's never been done what we're doing before. There's always high-priced products, owners making a whole bunch of money. We throw it out at the doors. We have products, everyday stuff that people are spending money on that you can benefit on. It's like you owned a massive store, except you don't have any of the overhead. No accounts open, receivable, no employees, no employee theft. You have none of that. I run a multi-million-dollar business a year and I have none of that, gang. I have a cell phone and I jump my car and I go travel with my boy, my wife, and my daughter, and we live a life of extraordinary. It's hard to explain it. If I tried, it'd come across bragging, and that's not my point I'm trying to get at. It's not about being brag. It's about owning your time and replacing your income so you could live the life that you've always wanted. This program is designed to give you what you want, not just what Wayne wants, not what Raylene wants, not what JL wants, not what Joss wants, what you want. It's here for you. 2,000 is a starting point. 2,600 is a starting point. You can make more money than that, but we stop it at that because I want to see the interest. I want you to understand that you can go out there and you can help people make a difference in their life. Someone did this to me. Someone knocked on my door. Someone made me a phone call, and I had no idea that my next few years of my life were going to change drastically because someone had an idea. I didn't even know if I would like to do this idea. And that's a whole different topic that I can talk about in another day. Some of the things that we love to do today, we never even tried before because it was no time or no money. Some of the most beautiful things we get to do in our life today. So I appreciate your time tonight. If you're at all interested, don't just take a memory. Don't just, oh, that was interesting. Oh, that's cool. No, don't waste this time. Get back to wherever everybody you here tonight. Ask them for some more information. Take the top customer link tonight to become a member. Get sent it. Fill it out. Enroll yourself. Get started. You have 30 days to try this and everything you want to do. And if you don't like it, get your money back. But I promise you, you're going to like it. It is changing people's lives, one house and one person at a time, because in this economy, we are looking for answers. We do not want any more handouts. And I don't say that to be ignorant. I'm saying give us a hand up. Give us information, give us knowledge, and then come behind us and back it up with some work ethic and prove to us that this thing's working. That's what the leaders on this call are going to do. That's what the people I invite you here plan on doing. It's win-win or no deal. So thank you for your time. I appreciate your time tonight, gang. If you have any questions, reach out to whoever invited you here tonight. My cell phone number, I'll give it to you now, is 519-575 2109. Please send me a text, hit me up on WhatsApp, wherever you're at. I want to hear from you, and I want to know where you're at in your life and how we can help you live the life that you've always wanted, because that's what we're doing today. Thank you for your time. God bless you guys. Thank you for the intro, JL. I really appreciate you, bud. Have a great night, gang.